Hey, seventh graders. All right, today's lesson is about finding the area of composite figures. IXL might call them compound figures. All right, it's just a shape that's made up of multiple shapes. All right, now look at my nice drawing here. All right, I am not artistic. All right, I should have had one of you done this because some of you are very artistic. All right, so this is the same shape that is on that PowerPoint slide that you're looking at. All right. So if you want to look at that one, go for it. It's a lot better than mine, but it's the same idea. All right. So I want to find the area of this entire shape. All right. And this is handy because someday you might need to put flooring down in your house. You might need to paint walls. It's the same kind of thing. You find the area of a surface. You could find a unit price, or use a unit price to find the cost of flooring, paint, that sort of thing. So this is something that is useful. So when people tell you math isn't important, tell them, yeah, it is. All right, so first step, the very first step, and I think I asked you this on this particular slide, you need to break the figure into multiple shapes and label each shape. So step one, label each shape. All right, what I mean by that is I have a quarter circle, I'm going to call that A. I have a rectangle, I'm going to call that B. I have a third rectangle, a smaller one, I'm going to call that C. All right, so step one, label each region. All right, step two, find the area of each region. All right, so I'm going to write A here. All right, so shape A, that's a quarter circle. All right, so quarter implies 4, all right? It's actually 1/4 of a regular circle. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to take our area formula for a circle, A equals pi times radius squared. And I'm going to take whatever I get for that and I'm going to divide it by 4 because it's not a whole circle, all right? So pi is 3.14. The radius of this particular circle is, ooh, be careful, it's 9 centimeters. All right, this is the tricky part, knowing which measurement to use. It's going to take some practice. All right, so don't get frustrated. So 3.14 times 9 squared, which is the same as 81. All right, so 3.14 times 81, that gives me 254 and 34 hundredths. Now I'm not done because it's a quarter circle. You need to be careful of this. I need to divide by 4. And that gives me an area of 63 and 585 thousandths. All right, so that's the area of the circle. I'm not done now. All right, let's move on to shape B. All right, B is just a rectangle. The area for a rectangle is just length times width. So always write your formula down, substitute what we know. The length of this rectangle is 14 centimeters. The width of this rectangle is 6. You multiply them together, 14 times 6. Should be able to do that in my head, 84. All right, that's the area, 84 square centimeters of that rectangle. Now I have C, which is the smallest rectangle. So area equals length times width. I have 3 times 4. That's just 12. All right, so here are my 3 areas. Now, none of these areas were holes, all right, or empty spaces, all right? So what I need to do is I need to add these 3 shapes together. So A plus B plus C will give me my final area. So I need to do 63.585 plus 84 plus 12 gives me a final area of 159.585, and that is square centimeters because it's a 2-dimensional area. Perfect. All right, guys. So that's how you find the area of composite figures. All right. They do get tricky. I'm not going to lie. This can be tough. All right. So don't get frustrated on IXL. Also, this week's challenge question. I asked you to find the area of, I think we're doing some paving around a circular fountain. The goal is to find the area of the region they're paving. All right, I think you have to subtract the circle. So sometimes you don't always add these areas. Sometimes you need to subtract areas. Now, once you're done, you would take a unit price. So say this was the room. Say I wanted to put carpet. This was the shape of my house. I wanted to put carpet there. I would take my area and then multiply it by my unit price. Say carpet is $2.50 per square centimeter. That's weird. You want to do square centimeters, but say that was my unit price. I would just multiply those together. All right, but you guys can figure that out. You're all smart. All right, so good luck.